to send to region destination temporarily suspended. Vietnam demands relevant parties not to complicate its sea situation. Vietnam attracts over $15 billion of FDI in 6 months. Legal framework needed to better manage cryptocurrency markets. A Vietnamese wins Best Actor Award at 18th Asian Film Festival. Hello, this is FBNC News and I'm Trinh Lê. Now we begin with some updates about the pandemic situation in Vietnam. Deputy Minister of Transport Lê Anh Tuấn has sent a document to relevant authorities on a temporary suspension of flights between Ho Chi Minh City and the central province of Quảng Bình, Đồng Hới City, starting from June 23rd. The decision was made at the request of the Quảng Bình People's Committee in a bid to curb the spread of COVID-19. The suspension will remain valid until further notice. Earlier this month, the ministry also temporarily suspended flights between Ho Chi Minh City's Tân Sơn Nhất Airport and the Cát Bi, Vân Đồn and Pleiku airports in Hải Phòng, Quảng Ninh and Gia Lai, following requests from the 3 localities. Ho Chi Minh City, now under social distancing, is among the country's current largest COVID-19 hotspots. The Health Ministry announced that cases in the city were affected with the highly contagious Indian B16172 variant, also known as the Delta virus. And meanwhile, with the COVID-19 situation under control in Hanoi, municipal authorities have approved the reopening of indoor dining and drinking venues, along with hair salons, effective from June 22nd. These services were allowed to resume operations nearly a month after receiving closure orders. Capacity is capped at 50%. No more than 20 customers can be in a venue at any time, and venues are asked to set up barriers between tables and ensure a safe distance between customers. They must also close by 9 p.m. Wine and craft beer pubs are only allowed to sell orders for delivery. The spokeswoman of the Foreign Ministry, Lê Thị Thu Hằng, on June 24th emphasized Vietnam's demand for the relevant parties to not take any action that further complicates the situation in the EC, but contribute to the maintenance of peace and stability in the waters. At the ministry's virtual regular press conference, she made the remark in response to reporters' question about the Chinese reconnaissance vessels and aircraft recently spotted in the vicinity of Chữ Thập Reef in Vietnam's Trường Sa's archipelago. The spokeswoman once again stated that Vietnam has sufficient historical evidence and legal basis to testify to its sovereignty over Trường Sa archipelago in line with international law. Any activity violating Vietnam's sovereignty over and related rights in this archipelago is illegal and void. Hằng said any action under any form that infringes Vietnam's sovereignty over Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa, as well as the country's sovereign rights and jurisdiction over its sea areas, is valueless and unrecognized, and Vietnam resolutely objects to such action. Moving on to economic news, foreign investors have poured $15.2 billion of investment in Vietnam so far this year, equivalent to 97.4% of the amount recorded in the same period last year, according to the Ministry of Planning and Investment. Meanwhile, more than $4 billion has been added into 460 underway projects, a year-on-year rise of 10.6%. Foreign investors also poured $1.6 billion in share purchase deals in Vietnam, according to the ministry. Among the 18 sectors attracting FDI, manufacturing processing lured the highest amount at $6.98 billion, accounting for 45.7% of the total investment, followed by power production and distribution with $5.3 billion, making up nearly 35% of the total investment. Singapore lists the 80 countries and territories investing in Vietnam with investment of $5.6 billion, followed by Japan with $2.4 billion and the Republic of Korea with $2 billion. As of June 20th, the country had hosted 33,787 FDI projects worth $397.8 billion totally, of which $241.1 billion or 60% had been disbursed. The export revenue of the foreign invested sector has continued to rise at 32.2% to $116 billion, including crude oil, accounting for 74.1% of the country's total export revenue. The sector imported $102.6 billion worth of goods in the period, up 37.8% year-on-year. The MBI also reported a trade deficit of $14.9 billion by domestic businesses. Local businesses in Australia's New South Wales have shown their interest in joining the agricultural technology as well as food and beverage sectors in Vietnam, a promising market in their eyes. Vietnam's fast and sustainable growth over the past many years has made the market attractive to companies in New South Wales, said Carla Lampi, Director for International Engagement and Market Development at New South Wales Treasury, at an online conference held this week to explore business opportunities in Vietnam. Meanwhile, Rebecca Ball, Australian Deputy Consul General in Vietnam and Cambodia, said that Vietnam's attention to agritech development is a great chance for Australia to engage in the market. According to Ball, Australia can help Vietnam improve farming productivity, water resources, animal feeds and pest management, and origin trace through introducing effective agricultural solutions, thus responding to challenges in food security and food safety. In the first quarter of this year, Australia's export revenue of farm produce from Vietnam increased 44% year-on-year, she noted, adding that Vietnam is likely to become the fifth biggest export market of Australian agricultural products in the year of 2021 from the current 8th position. A delay in issuing official legal regulations on managing cryptocurrencies will cause a rise in the risks of fraud and theft related to virtual assets, experts have warned. Recently, investment in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, P-Network, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin has increased in Vietnam. It is estimated 1 million Vietnamese are already trading cryptocurrencies, and the number is expected to increase 30 times by 2030. At present, Vietnamese law does not mention cryptocurrencies as a legal means of payment, and neither does it recognize them as an asset or a foreign currency. Possessing, trading, and investing in cryptocurrencies, therefore, is not legal in Vietnam. Finance expert Nguyễn Trí Hiếu told Vietnam News there are currently no regulations about the issuance, trading, and exchange of virtual assets and cryptocurrencies, nor regulations on an agency to manage virtual assets. Thus, the trading and exchange of cryptocurrencies via international platforms such as Binance, Coinbase, OKX, Huobi, Bittrex, Remitano, Santiano, and Caniex, or through direct agreements, carry a lot of risks. It was very easy for those who buy and sell virtual currencies online to become victims of scammers. Hiếu said, warning that the investors would not be protected by law. Management agencies and experts have repeatedly warned investors over cryptocurrencies. Deputy Governor of the State Bank of Vietnam, Đào Minh Tú, said under current regulations, Bitcoin and other similar virtual currencies were not legal means of payment in Vietnam. Despite the warnings, investors still flock to cryptocurrency due to the offers of high profits. Therefore, experts have urged the government to rapidly fill the legal gap in cryptocurrency management to minimize the drawbacks arising from the investment channel. Currently, ministries and agencies including the SBV, the MOF and the Ministry of Justice are working to implement the Prime Minister Decision number 1255 on the projects of completing the legal framework to manage virtual assets, digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. The central bank also directs credit institutions and payment intermediaries to regularly warn users about the trading and use of such assets. Trần Anh Khoa, playing Rom in the movie of the same name, took home the Best Actor award at the 18th Asian Film Festival, taking place in Rome from June 17th to 23rd. The award is among the 5 most important of the festival, together with the Best Film, Best Director, Best Actress, and Most Original Film. Khoa's performance was described as an interpretation of instinct, energy, and dynamism for a character who moves in the chaos and madness of Ho Chi Minh City. The Embassy of Vietnam in Italy received the award on behalf of Khoa, who is currently living in Canada. Rom was among the 4 Vietnamese movies screened in the festival, with 3 others including Bắc Kim Thang, or Home Sweet Home, Bố Già, Dad I'm Sorry, and Tiệc Trăng Máu, Blood Moon Party. The Asian Film Festival in Italy is organized by the Robert Spression Film Foundation, which selects the best films in East Asia, with special attention given to young directors. A total of 28 feature and 2 short films from 11 East Asian countries, such as Japan, the Republic of Korea, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Singapore, are featured at the event. The films mainly reflect abuse and bullying of minors, family relationship, and climate change in parts of the region. Now, hundreds of cyclists have registered for the first ever virtual cycling race on the V-Race platform that opened for registration from June 23rd, according to the organizing board. The Ride Safe, Stay Safe event aims to inspire exercise and passion for cycling amid impacts of COVID-19 that have resulted in restriction of sport activities. Different from other V-Race campaigns that allow participants to run immediately the next day, the Ride Safe, Stay Safe virtual tournament kicks off after registration closes at midnight on July 15th, with 4 distances of 50 kilometers, 150 kilometers, 300 and 500 kilometers. Athletes have 22 days to complete or exceed the registered goal. Cycling is becoming a favorite and easy-to-practice sport for everyone, and the cycling community is thriving all over the country. For the Ride Safe, Stay Safe campaign, participants will need to install the Strava app on their phone and connect to V-Race platform to record their results. After completing the challenge, cyclists will receive a virtual certificate and a virtual medal to celebrate a meaningful journey. Vietnam will send a 19-member delegation to the Tokyo Paralympics in the near future, said Deputy Head of the Vietnam Sports Administration under the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism Nguyễn Minh. During his working session with the Vietnam Paralympic Association in Hanoi, Minh said the delegation will comprise a leader, 3 officials, and doctor, 3 coaches, and 11 athletes, including 3 in the track and field, 4 in swimming, and 4 in weightlifting. Before the departure for Tokyo on August 18th, they are required to take PCR tests for COVID-19 with negative results within 72 hours. Now that has come to an end of FBNC News this week. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, goodbye, and everyone please stay safe.